We're reconvening the hearing of the Pawlet Board of Civil Authority, or the BCA, to continue our action on 3 appeals beyond the grievance of property assessment. I want to remind people we're still under oath from that previous meeting, and from the previous part of the hearing we heard from 3 appellants and we heard from the Pawlet assessors. Tonight we'll be hearing from the 3 BCA inspection committees, and then we will ask any appellants or public or the press to leave while the BCA goes into deliberative session for deliberation and discussion and creation of a decision with reasons. Decisions will be sent to the 3 appellants, excuse me, thank you, by 15 days after this evening, and we're not announcing any decision tonight. So Jessica Van Oort, one of the BCA members, is not present. She is on speakerphone. We do have a quorum without her, but she wanted to participate and I'm allowing her to. Is there any objection to that?
No.
Okay.
No objection.
Okay. We'll start with the first appellant was Kathy Baris, and we'll have the inspection committee was Susan Laporte, Mike Beecher, and Mike Bellamere.
Yep.
And Susan will give the report that's signed by all 3 of them. Susan.
Okay, this is the report of the inspection committee, Pawlet, Vermont. September 1st is when I wrote this up, 2021. This is to the Board of Civil Authority from Mike Beecher, Mike Bellamere, Sue Laporte. It's about the inspection of the property at 540 Briar Hill Road, West Pawlet, Vermont, owned by Kathy Baris. Inspection was made August 30th, 2021 at 4:45 p.m. Ms. Baris and her husband were present and accompanied the inspection committee around the property. The inspection committee was asked not to enter the house because of the dogs that were being kept in the house. The committee was allowed to look through the window into the first floor. The residence is located off of Briar Hill Road. It's well maintained at the end of a 0.5-mile unpaved driveway / right-of-way. The house is 1.5 stories and there is a garage on the property. The house and garage are in good condition. The house is on a 1-acre lot surrounded by woods and is above a stream. The remainder of the property is lawn with some trees and plants. The electrical for the house is provided by generator. The highest and best use for the house is a 3-season camp as it is currently used. There is a deck on 2 sides of the house and a small back porch. The garage has a loft area. There does not appear to be any significant change to the outside of the building since the house was last fully inspected in 2015. Looking in the window from the deck, the committee was able to see a full kitchen with a finished wood plank floor and a doorway off the kitchen with a slate tile flooring leading to another room. The value under appeal is $77,710. The 25-foot by 25-foot garage that was inadvertently left off the 26 reappraisal was appraised in 2015 for $15,210. Based on the evidence presented at the hearing and our inspection of the property, the inspection committee recommends that the total assessment should be $92,920. The 1-acre lot is assessed correctly at $10,400, which includes a negative influence factor of -20 and -35%. The dwelling, lean-tos, deck, and porch are correctly assessed at $67,310. The garage was last assessed at $15,210. and needs to be added to the total assessment. And this is signed by Sue Laporte, Mike Belmere, and Mike Beecher.
Okay. Thank you. We'll now go to the next appellant, which is Mr. Russell for Northeast Community Solar. And we also have, as was allowed from the last hearing, part of the hearing, be some clarification from the assessors. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Not moving a lot, so I don't trip.
That's fine. Thank you.
So Karen, do you want me to read the underneath?
Pardon
Or do you want to just have me read the assessor's report? As far as the bottom, there's this Northeast Community Solar Appeal, this one. Will you read that? Okay.
This is what I have. that
Okay,
Lisa
cool,
wrote up.
because I have this part of what we saw.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
thank you. Thanks, Bob. Okay. Want me to go first?
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. All right, I'll wait till Debbie's ready. All right, so mine's pretty easy. Hearing number 2 is David Russell for Northeast Community Solar LLC, 123 Route 30 North, parcel ID 0130-0205.100. We were able to go visit the property on August 19th, 2021. Jessica Van Ort, Bob Jones, and Beth Duquette met at the Northeast Community Solar property on Blossom Corners, 123 Route 30 North in Pawlet, parcel as stated above. From the BCA minutes, based on our findings and the photos attached, you will see the field in the 2 rows of newer panels. This was indicated by Mr. Russell as the completion of a first phase in which Ms. Wright agreed that she will reevaluate. Long and short agree it is an enhancement of phase 1. Thus, in our assessment and conclusion, we will wait for the September 16th meeting to hear Ms. Wright's reevaluation. Respectfully submitted, Beth Duquette. And then there's attachment of 3 photos of the shed, the old solar panels versus the new solar panels. And then, Karen, you have the rest of the write-up.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, is this signed by,
And it will be.
okay,
It will be. I'm going to pass this one too, Bob. Is that okay, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
okay, Karen?
Okay, as Lisa,
Karen Folger, our assistant assessor.
as Lisa stated, our contract assessor stated in the minutes of the first part of this meeting, she said she would make a review of calculations with a new understanding of phase 1 and phase 2. She has written up recommending the findings at the hearing on 8/16/2021. As a result of our findings at the BCA hearing on 8/16/2021, I have concluded the following. 1, the subject solar plant material changes were not in fact the second phase of that solar installation. 2, the subject solar plant changes in 2020 were an amendment in addition to the first phase and first CPG acquired by Northeast Community Solar. 3, the solar plant value has been recalculated by the PV value tool as recommended by PVR, that's Property Valuation and Review Department of Taxes, Vermont Department of Taxes, with inputs from David Russell, as well as input from Cy Bailey, PVR District Advisor, regarding default inputs to the calculations as standardized by PVR. I am attaching the current calculation to this document. This calculation is an average value of $252,060. The state directs us to use 70% of this value for our grand list value for the solar plant of $176,442. The following are my recommendations for grand list value for Northeast Community Solar for 2021. Parcel 0130-0205, land under solar installation, 2021 value $58,410. Recommended 2021 value $58,410. Parcel 0130-0205.100, solar installation phase 1, 2021 value $171,010. Recommended 2021 value $176,442. Parcel number 0130-0205.200, solar installation phase 2, 2021 value $135,100. Recommended 2021 value $0. In summary, I am recommending to 1, uphold the value for the land parcel, which I don't believe was under appeal, but since it is the same taxpayer, I thought I should present the full picture. 2, increase the value of phase 1 based on the new calculations. And 3, reduce the value of phase 2 to 0 as the findings of the BCA hearing was that there was no phase 2, but rather a material change to phase 1. And following is the assessor's response to information presented by the appellant. In reference to the Northeast Community Solar parcels 0130-0205, 0130-0205.100, and 0130-0205.200, letter to BCA dated July 30, 2021. The following addresses their concerns. The Northeast Community Solar property is currently assessed at $58,410 for the land, $171,010 for phase 1, and $193,000 for phase 2. This is based on the new addition on the solar installation and value as of 4/1/2021. We did not adjust the assessed value of the property after grievance stating that incomplete and conflicting information was submitted to the town. Addressing the concerns stated in the Northeast Community Solar LLC letter. 1, the Northeast Community Solar LLC letter states that the value on parcel ID 0130-0205.100 in the grand list at $171,000 represents the initial array of solar equipment and amounts to 187,400 watts, 187.4 kilowatts of DC electric panels. The certificate of public good permit is for 150,000 AC watts, 150 kilowatts, as determined by the inverter faceplate capacity. The site contains inverters with an AC capacity of 150 kilowatts. 2, in contention, parcel ID 0130-0205.200. During the summer of 2020, we repaired the faulty inverters without increasing the faceplate AC capacity of 150 kilowatts, but added additional solar panels, increasing the field by 20% of the original from 187.4 DC kilowatts to 224.7 DC kilowatts, or 37.3 kilowatts DC watts of additional power. This is the new equipment. Your assessor claims should be valued at $135,000. Assessor's basis for opinion and value for subject. As explained in the attached document from PVR regarding solar valuation, education taxes are paid based on the uniform capacity tax, which is based on production from the facility. Municipal taxes are based on valuation of solar plants according to the PV value tool, using information submitted by the taxpayer regarding the solar plant inventory, with the first 50 kilowatts exempt, and then listing 70% of the value then obtained with the PV value tool. The value of the land is assessed according to highest and best use in the town land schedule and is taxed for both the municipal and education taxes. In the case of the subject, there have been a series of very confusing submissions, starting with the CPG incorrectly listed and approved by the PSB for Guerin Road in Middletown Springs. Then further revisions, amendment of the original CPG further confused the issue. Finally, I was not the assessor when the first build-out of this plant was assessed, and the process was still new for the town of Pawlet as well as for the district advisors who assisted the town with that valuation, and I cannot confirm the accuracy of that original assessment. My current understanding as the assessor is the following. 1. Northeast Community Solar is a project with one CPG with modifications and not multiple phases as originally assumed. 2. Modifications of the inverter completed in the past year have changed the D rate for the plant. Thus, the calculations for the original build-out of the plant should be revised accordingly. 3. In 2020, additional capacity was added, but as this was not effectively a new CPG or a second phase, this additional capacity should be valued as an addition to the full plant. As this was not a new phase or a new CPG, the 50 kilowatt exemption would not apply. Conclusion. My recommendation to the BCA is to request a new PV inventory form for both the original plant given the new inverter and modified D rate as well as the additional capacity added in 2020. Both values derived above would be assessed on the same parcel for 2021. To clarify, Northeast Community Solar would be assessed for parcel 0130-0205 for the land portion at the value of $58,410 as listed currently. Parcel 0130-0205.100 would be reviewed and the value recalculated given the changes above to ensure that this is correctly valued and the additional capacity added in 2020 added to the assessed value for that parcel. Parcel 0130-0205.200 would be deleted as the value would be added to the parcel 0130-0205.100. I further recommend that as part of the inspection committee process that the BCA allow time for the assessor to recalculate the value at which parcel 0130-0205.100 will be assessed based on the new inventory forms to be submitted, which you already got. And then she also includes the inventory valuation form, which I'm not going to read through. And that's all I have.
We need that extra
Yeah, I am
page.
aware that some people are missing that last page, so I'm going to make some copies right now.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Any questions for Karen? We'll wait for those.
Very good.
Well said.
I'm fogging up here, I couldn't read the last page.
Well, thank you very much for coming and presenting that information.
Okay, is that all you need from me tonight?
Yes, I think so. Well, that's the rest of the board.
Well, if we want to before we go, let Jessica know who's here. Ray Duquette.
Oh, Sue Laporte.
Beth?
John Malcolm.
Mike Belmere.
Mike Beecher.
Alan Turner.
Bob Jones.
Debbie?
Debbie Hawkins. Karen Folger.
Camera guy from Peg TV.
Thank you, Jessica.
We're not done.
Oh, no, we're not done.
Yep, I know.
And,
Okay, good.
And Karen can use these photos if she wants them.
Okay.
You know, because you can go in.
I can give her a copy of that.
Yeah, because these are great photos.
Okay.
Telling you.
We'll wait just a second till you get those copies and then we'll start on our third.
Can do it together.
It all makes sense then?
Yeah, this is about the most challenging, this is even more challenging than the one we're going to listen to now. It certainly had a lot more detail to it.
Sure does.
I'm sure this will clarify it.
Karen, Greg said it was nice to utilize the photos that they took for that last piece. Okay. That's yours.
Okay.
I'm trying to put this all together so that
Back in receipt.
So Bob, I'm going to hand you this whole thing, if you can sign that. That'd be great. Thank you. Give that to Deb.
Okay, we ready to start number 3? Okay, we have a third appellant, Banye, 541 Briar Hill Road. The inspection committee,
I can read it.
the inspection committee was
Sue Laporte, Mike Belmare, and Alan Turner.
okay. Susan Laporte, will you read your report of the inspection committee?
Town of Pawlet, Board, I'll
Sorry,
wait till the rattler.
I'm sorry.
It's easy.
Go ahead. I just realized what I was doing.
I know. Town of Pawlet, Board of Civil Authority, Site Inspection Committee assigned to 541 Briar Hill Road. Dear BCA members, with respect to the appeal filed by Daniel Banye regarding 541 Briar Hill Road, a hearing was held on August 16th, 2021, the appeal hearing. At that appeal hearing, 3 members of the BCA, Sue Laporte, Alan Turner, and Mike Belmare, volunteered to conduct the property site visit. Together, the BCA and Mr. Banye agreed upon a date of Sunday, September 5th, 2021, starting at 10 a.m. on the record at the appeal hearing. On September 2nd, 2021, Mr. Banye left a voice message for the town clerk stating that he was canceling the inspection. The town clerk has retained a recording of that voice message. The town clerk returned the phone call on the morning of September 2nd, 2021, advising Mr. Banye that he should make a written request to reschedule the site visit on or before the close of business on Friday, September 3rd, 2021. And in that request, provide alternative dates for the site visit to occur before September 15th, 2021. The outside limit of statutory 30-day period the BCA committee has to report back to the BCA regarding its findings. The town clerk has retained a recording of the voice message that was left for Mr. Banye on September 2nd, 2021. On the same day, the town attorney sent a message by email to Mr. Banye outlining the same requirements in writing. The town has received no further communication from Mr. Banye regarding rescheduling the site inspection. Cancellation of the site inspection without written request or any other effort to reschedule constitutes a refusal to allow an inspection of the property, and pursuant to 32 VSA subsection 4404C, the appeal shall be deemed withdrawn. This is signed Susan Laporte, Mike Belmare, and Alan Turner.
Okay, do we have any questions about that report? Board members? Okay,
I'd like to make a suggestion to go into executive session. Deliberative, sorry.
yeah, that's the next
Make a
thing we'll do. Okay, Beth makes a motion,
I'll second that motion.
Bob Jones seconds it.
What is the motion?
Going to
Go into
Go into the executive deliberation.
deliberative session.
Deliberative session, sorry.
We're not going to let you...
We're still learning this, Alan.
But deliberative session means that the camera is turned off.
Correct.
Private session that we can make a decision in, where executive session, we can't make a decision.
Okay.
Right. Okay, I guess this is the end of the public part of the
Yep. Yep.
hearing.
Thank
We
you.
thank you for coming,
Thank you.
PEG TV.